We know you're carrying a few injuries. Can Matthew let you play?
I don't know, to be honest. He did some training today. Whether he'll be available for tomorrow might be a bit hard. But look, we'll try our best to get him available. But pretty much besides that, everyone trained well this morning.
It's been a bit of an extended period on the training track for you, a bit of a rare luxury. How have you found it?
Yeah, unusual. Look, we got a bit of extra time, but we know in reality we'll get it back again. We've got a lot of games coming up. We have to go away, travel back, game after 2 days. So it's just the way this season's been, and we just got to adapt and do our best. That's the reality. We can't change it. So we just got to prepare the best way we can.
But on the subject of things that you're just going to have to adapt to, Socceroo squad came out. Once again, you are the hardest hit side in A-League men's by a pretty significant margin. I'll ask you the same question we always ask you, mate. How are you going to adapt this time around?
Look, what else do you say? We still play games in international windows. Again, I understand it, and it's a big game. Yes, the players want to play for the country 100%. And I don't blame the players, I don't blame the national team. But when you're significantly the one that always is, getting players taken away for the right reason, it's hard. It's not the first time. I think, didn't last year they say last year would be the last time of games in international breaks, and here we are again talking about the same thing. It's like I waste my breath. You need to speak to the hierarchy because it's still continuing to happen. So what do you do? Because obviously it doesn't change for them, but it's hard to always deal with sometimes. It is what it is. But I'm happy for the players that got selected. They deserve it.
Is it particularly irksome for you, given that Western United, your rivals, they're losing nobody, whereas you're losing so many players?
Yeah, again, I don't pick the squad, maybe they make a rule of if it is international break, if one team loses 4, you can't play without 4. I don't know. There's no right answer, but I think the right answer is, do like the rest of the world and don't play games in international breaks. But it continues to happen, so what do you do?
And just one last one from me, pick up before I hand over to Anna, but Jamie McLaren is not going to go to the Saudi Arabia game for his wedding. Does that mean that you'll get him back sooner than the rest of your players? What's the timing surrounding Jamie's unavailability?
Well, I think it depends when the next game is. So things are a bit in the air, as you know. So again, Jamie hasn't had he's had his wedding stop for 4 years now. So it's a one day that you wish good things upon, and you say okay, you get married, and it's been hard because things have been cancelled, you can't book. They've probably booked this a while back, so they have the opportunity. It's just when our next game is. Depends on whether he'll play or not.
Just another one, read Socceroos, PK, just because I think every coach has heard this today. I had to answer it. I'll talk about it, especially guys like yourself or former Socceroos. The Bruno Fornaroli, you obviously know very well, getting called up. I mean, what was your reaction today? It sparked debate, and obviously you know Bruno very well.
Look, again, I'm not the coach, but I rang him and congratulated him on becoming an international with a country that obviously he wasn't born in, but he's a resident and he's a citizen now. For me, I know him personally, so I was just happy to see him maybe fulfill a dream that every player wished to do, to play for a national team in a World Cup or World Cup qualifier. So, look, I'm happy for him and his family. Whether it's wrong or right, or is it a good thing? For me, I don't really think like that. I'm just happy for him that he's been given an opportunity.
PK, another talking point that's arisen from Bruno seems like it comes up every time the national team is action, is Australia's pathways and youth development. I mean, it's another question all the A-League men coaches are being asked today. What's your current summation of the way that Australia is developing its next generation of players?
Yeah, I think, I think we're, it's a hard one. I don't think we are where we should be. I think we'll be behind other countries. And that's for numerous, reasons. One, maybe investment. A lot of countries now are putting in a lot of money, infrastructure, good coaches, good curriculum, and maybe we haven't kept up with that or done that to that ability. So look, it's one of those that it can be improved, yes, but I think we maybe need to start from the start again and do it that way. Just start from the start. Have a process in place. What's the best thing we should do? Who's the best educator? Who's the best coaches? And what's the best curriculum? And go from there. Because or else we'll be playing catch up, and it doesn't work like that. So, after sort of this World Cup, maybe we need to have a look, process everything, and come up with what's the best for Australia. And maybe have to start again. So be it. I'm not the answer. I don't know the answers to everything, but the way I see it, I think we could be doing better.
Do you think Melbourne City could be a role model for the rest of the country? I mean, most of the Socceroos coming through the system these days have spent time in the City Academy. Obviously, like Tilio Metcalf, but even you genres and all of that spent time there. Do you think the City model is one that's worth emulating?
I don't know. I think maybe with us, we have an identity, so we have a style of play, and maybe it's an easier reference for us because we pick or choose the players that we think can play our style. In a national team, that's a bit different, so the selection of player is different, but maybe it's one of those where everyone sits around a round table, gives suggestions, ideas. It can only help, right? So it's whatever we can do to help our game progress and to get our young players playing at a high level earlier, because you want your game to grow and you want your players to play at top levels. I don't think we have that many anymore within the Socceroos. So it's something that maybe we've missed out on or don't do, but it's an area that we can prove and learn. So it's a good way to try and do that.
Just throwing forward to tomorrow, PK, outside the big picture stuff. Derby, there was big, super competitive this season. What do you need to get right? What's your expectations for this one?
Again, it's two big clubs from Melbourne. I think this derby has just sort of, I think the last 10 years, obviously, I think, Melbourne Victory have big derbies with Sydney and Adelaide as well. It's just that we're two teams in Melbourne. So, look, I think it's great for Melbourne, great for both sets of fans, great for the players. And, it's a competitive soccer match.
Is it coming at a good time? Like, derbies are always big occasions. I know the finals are still a little way off, but it comes to any harm.
Look, I think if you ask the players, everyone and the supporters, everyone wants to play in a big game every week. So look at that in the Premier League. There's a big game every week. So again, I think it's just great that I don't know about timing, but I think it's just great that we're able to play one of these matches.